There are plenty of unspoken rules in Jiu Jitsu, and I'm pretty sure it's very similar in other martial art gyms. So if you only just start sparring and you're rolling with someone who is, relatively smaller than you, you don't want to go full power. I mean, at the same time, you want to make them work, but you don't want to hurt them. So if you're rolling with someone who is significantly smaller than you, chances are you will hurt them if you go 100%. And the number one rule in any martial art gym is safety is always first. So you don't want to hurt people. I mean, this is a no-brainer and it's, common sense, but I've seen smaller people get injured by rolling with bigger people. And these big people generally don't know how strong they are or how much pressure they're putting on someone that's much smaller. And I've seen a lot of small people get injured this way. And another thing when you're sparring, do not slam people. Don't pick people up off the mats and then smash them into the floor. I mean, there's no rules that you can't pick people up, but if you do pick them up, just be gentle when you put them back down. Like, if you are not strong enough to pick anyone up, just don't pick them up at all. If you're unstable and you know that you don't have good base when you pick people up, just avoid it and don't do it at all. And on the other hand, if your training partner picks you up and you don't trust them or you don't know them well enough, I would suggest you to just abandon the grips and just go back onto the mat. If there is a submission on and you decide to pick up your training partner, don't slam them on the mats. Like, it's just poor form and it's not good for anyone, really. Like, don't do it. So this might sound a bit mean, but on the mats, you generally don't need to wear makeup. At my gym, there is, it's been pretty good. Like, most of the girls or most of the people who do wear makeup, they tend to wipe them off before they come on the mat, which is good because if you're wearing a white gi, you don't want someone's foundation and mascara all of your white gi. And yeah, most of the time you do want your white gi to stay white and not stained with, someone else's makeup on it. So apart from makeup, you also don't want to wear jewelry on the mats. This includes necklace, rings, earrings, nose rings, or any piercings pretty much. If you are wearing piercing, you do want to take them off because in any combat sports, the chance of them getting ripped off your flesh is very high. So in grappling sports like judo, wrestling, or in jiu-jitsu, there is no striking. So you don't get to punch or kick anyone. And of course, no biting. And also, when you're gripping someone's gi, try not to grip on someone's gi as well as their skin. It's very uncomfortable and the person you're pinching will get a massive, massive bruise. And it's just not nice. When you start training jiu-jitsu, especially in the gi, there are some illegal grips. So illegal grips are referring to ones that are not safe when you're putting all four fingers into someone's sleeve or pant legs. Reason for that is if they do decide to twist and your fingers do get caught inside the gi, it will get dislocated or they will break. So for safety reasons, if you do grip on someone's sleeve or pant leg, all four of your fingers should be outside, creating what we call a pocket grip. Now that we're on the topic of grips, you are not allowed to grab people's fingers and twist them. So a while ago, I paired up with a guy who teaches self-defense and he grabbed my fingers and twisted them. Needless to say, I wasn't really happy with that. So in Jiu-Jitsu, you are not allowed to grab any fingers. You're supposed to grab the whole entire hand, including a thumb. So this is a pretty funny one. So the question I had was, are you allowed to use your belt to choke your partner or to use as a grip, like as if it's a gi? So the answer is yes, you're allowed to. I mean, like, you're allowed to use anything that is pretty much on that you're wearing. And then the funny thing was he followed up with another question. And the question was, what happened if the belt got loose and it got tossed to the side of the mat? And I was like, well, you're not wearing the belt anymore, so technically you're not allowed to go pick it up and use it. And then he was like, oh, yeah, so he was rolling with a white belt and this guy, his belt came off and he tossed it off to the side of the mat. And then halfway through the roll, they're rolling closer and closer to the belt. And the white belt decided to grab his belt that was on the side of the mat. He picked it up and he used it and he tied it on my friend's neck and he started choking him as if he was in a John Wick movie. Yeah, that is not allowed. Like, as long as you're wearing the belt, you're fine. Once the belt has come off your waist, you lost it. You're not allowed. You shouldn't be grabbing things from the side of the mat to. This is not a street fight. This is jiu-jitsu. Like, it's a sport. And yeah, you're not in a John Wick movie. You're not supposed to be grabbing things from side of the mat to choke people out. Just thought I'll be sharing that. It's just kind of funny. I'm sure there are plenty of other unspoken rules, so I'll probably make another video after this. But for now, if there is anything that you've heard in your gym that's different from other gyms, let me know in the comment below, and that would be cool to see what other gym does that's different. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.